Hello everyone, let's see if it's working now. We're just having some technical difficulties, as we do every now and again. Right, can you see me? What is that? That's the old one. Can you see me? That's what I need to know. Let me know if you can see me and if the sound is any better while I try and sort this screen out. Back. Is the sound much better? Yay! But we're now going to add this one in. So whether this is what is upsetting it, I don't know. You can see me. Lovely. Sounds much better. Hi Hazel, hi Sheila, hi Sandra, hi Lycian. Jolly good. We're all on. We're on it then. My tea is hiding under a whole range of wires. Really so. Right, let's add this stage in then. Okay, is that all better? Are we feeling happier? We were doing Fancy Jasper, so let's crack on with that. We have lost half our viewers though, so that's a bit frustrating, but never mind. Hopefully they'll all roll back in. So this is a Fancy Jasper. We're doing 3mm microfaceted rounds, and so you have to bid the code in the comments to secure your item. So it's nice and straightforward. 12UH is the code for your Fancy Jasper 3mm rounds. Thank you, everybody, for your support this morning. That's great. Sometimes the technology just doesn't quite do as we want it to, does it? But we're very grateful that the technology is there. 12UH, £6.50 for your Fancy Jasper. Fancy Jasper is one of my favourite gemstones. Really is. I absolutely love Fancy Jasper. I love the colours. I love the patterns. I think it almost merges into other gemstones. Yes, a very versatile material. Do love it. 12UH, £6.50. 13 is black tourmaline, and there's only 3 of these left. 13WY, £6.50. Now these ones aren't quite as uniform as the other rounds, so they're a round verging into rondelle, I think. If you look at them, they're not beautifully cut, but they're still very sparkly. 13WY for Shahzane, thank you. 13WY. Nice and bright and sparkly. And that is your black tourmaline faceted 3mm. I've put 2 to 3 mil on the range. We are back, Tinkerbird, we are. I've put that on the range because it's really difficult for me to judge when they're normally we have extreme precision in our sizing, but when it's a closeout deal, it's all a little bit vague. But they are the 3mm size. 13YW, no, WY, £6.50. Only 2 of those left, people. 2 left. 2, and then we've got 15. 15 is your rose quartz. The garnet sold out last night, so you've got your rose quartz 3mm. Well, what have you learned? Do share, Tinkerbird, share away. If you ever want any gemmy knowledge, then just let us know. I'm always looking for what to make a video on next. So if you set me a challenge, I can try and make a video on whatever the challenge is. 15MJ, £6.50, and that is your rose quartz 3mm. I've got one of those for Shahzane. And it's not a bad colour of rose quartz either. I think when you take the string out, it's going to be absolutely fine. 2 12s for Lycian. Oh, you were watching me. I was going to say, have I already done Moonstone? Maybe. I went to Moonstone Mine, so you would think that would encourage me to do a video on Moonstone. 15MJ, rose quartz. Anyone else for rose quartz? 16 is your clear quartz, 3mm rounds. Oh dear. 15 for Lorraine Drever. Oh, thanks, Desi. It's trying to find, the videos. I don't know if you all saw my video drama on my stories the other day, where I'd spent the evening creating a video only for Instagram to speed it up so that I sounded like a cartoon. And it really puts you off. Content creation is frustrating enough in itself. And we're really good at creating social media. I hope you don't mind me saying. We are really good. We've spent a long time perfecting it. And we try and create all sorts of different stuff, from like the guest, the gemstone, to the behind the scenes, to Gemmy educational stuff, to bits of our trips and all of that. So we have quite a lot of information to put out there. But the creation of social media videos is one of the most disliked parts of my job, because you can spend hours creating a video and then it just doesn't perform. There's no logic to it. It's so frustrating. I find it one of the most frustrating. I mean, luckily, Emily does the majority of our videos, but it's, of our social media, really. So I only have to do a little bit, but it just find it so frustrating. And of course, you have to come up with the topics. That's what I was saying. If you've ever got something you want me to talk about, let me know, because I have to think of what I'm going to talk about every video. So it depends. If I'm in a social media minded frame of mind, then you'll get loads in a week. If not, you'll get one a week from me and then some from Emily. So it's a mix. It's a mix of what's going on. This is your green dyed agate, 3mm, and 17TY is the code. And it's £6.50. Hello again, Norway Gems. 17TY, £6.50, 3mm dyed green agates. That one. I'll try and go a bit faster. Your Hessonite garnet, 17 for Charzane. Where's the end? Where does the end disappear into? There it is. There it is. I do remember you. Yeah, I think you were in last week. Did I buy this last night? Is it the green one you're after? So Helen Gray for a 17. Seven. You didn't buy this one last night, Helen, but you did buy the dyed green agate. Yeah, you did buy that. Don't worry. You got one of those. Hessonite garnets, 18ZA in the 3mm. Remember, your garnet is really, really, really sparkly. So it's a brilliant sparkly gemstone. If you're looking, if that's important to you. I feel that sparkle is important to everybody, really. Lorraine for one of these. Thank you. You've got a 17. You got a 17 last night, Helen. Do you want an 18? Anne Spedding. Morning, Anne. For an 18. So pretty, aren't they? A mass of sparkle. We love a Hessonite. Used a lot in carvings, really, Hessonite. This one is red agate. This is a very bright pink, I would say, not so much a red. It's very vivid. 19QT. I've got a few of these left. I've got 8 left of this one, but it is nice and bright. An 18 for Elysian. What does it mean, Elysian? Does it have a meaning? Yeah, it's true. Norway Gem says, I never understood how people make it economical to make long chains of semi-precious gemstones. A 3mm bead is not the same as a 1 carat cut Hessonite, but still much weight there. No, it's true. It's, I think you've got to think with the beads is the beads are a different quality of gemstone generally to the faceted stones. So the beads, in my mind, when I came into this industry, I came in it from the luxury gemstone industry, and obviously they're extremely highly valuable top quality gemstones, but the bead market uses the other parts of the material. So if they find a hessonite that's worth hundreds of dollars a carat and they're going to cut that into a faceted stone, actually the value of the material used for beads is just a minimal amount because it's the other material mined at the same time. So if you think that as the gemstones are growing, they don't all grow at the same quality. You'll get some within each pocket that have a lower quality and a higher quality. So they want to utilize the lower quality, more commercial material, and beads are the perfect way to do that. I think as soon as they managed to stabilize them, they were able to create an enormous bead market. And really, really utilize all the material that's mined from the world. And that's part of the reasons that I love Chalmers Gems, because I love the fact the customers are using materials that the other jewelers would kind of frown upon and say that that's not a high enough quality material and would have really gone to waste. So it's and they're really beautiful. Now you can stabilize them. I think before stabilization they probably would have gone to waste because most of the gemstones bead quality have to be stabilized to be able to be cut. So that is really why. Thailand sell quality like this in buckets every day. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, they'll also facet it off and then sell it as faceted, low quality gemstones. But you'd be looking at a different quality. But I totally understand your point that actually for how economical bead strands are. And when we go out to China, and I was saying last night on the live, we go out to China and you watch them and they manufacture these beads from scratch, these teams of people, hundreds of machines making tiny little beads that really, you accidentally suck up with a vacuum cleaner and you don't think twice about them. So how do they make that? How do they make these strands for like £6.50? And then the smaller strands, £4.50. It's insanely cheap, insane for the work that goes in there. And when you're over there and you see how many people are involved in the process, and although they're machine cut, actually there is an awful lot of human involved in the machine cutting. It's just incredible that they can bring them at such a great price, as well as that's not even considering the mining aspect, the shipping aspect. It's just insane. This is your golden obsidian. So golden obsidian. Elysium says, partly my surname and comes from Elysium, or heavenly or happy place. Oh, how lovely. I've never seen bead making machine. Yeah, I guess China has them. China has them en masse. If you follow us on our Instagram channel, then you will find lots of videos of where we've been out all over the world and the difference in the different countries and how they cut. But China mass produces. These are all mass manufactured in China on hundreds and hundreds of different machines. So it's absolutely fascinating. I've got a 20 for Shahzane. Thank you. Oh, the noise when they go in the Hoover, Lysian says. I did Hoover up a bead yesterday and I just felt really bad. But, it was gone. I suppose I could have fetched it out. We don't have loose beads generally, so I don't know how it got there. Then we've got some white moonstone beads here. So some of them have got a flash, but the majority are white. So I've classed them as white moonstone. 21NO, £6.50 if you white moonstone 3mm. Just £6.50 a strand. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Again, you don't get many white gemstones, do you? That's the other thing. Interesting. So what number is that? Oh, that's 17. A 21 for Shahzane. 1 for Sheila. Lovely. And that's all the 3mm microfaceted. Sorry about the state of my cloth. So let's move on to the 2mm microfaceted now, so slightly smaller, but equally as beautiful. Definitely. 21 was your last code, so we're looking for 22. 22, here they are. These are also white moonstone. There's a couple of hanks of these. Come here. Why can I never find the end of the hank? It's very strange. Let's look at these ones. Here we are. This is your 2mm, so even tinier. Look at that. White moonstone. £4.50 a strand. So now all the 2mm microfaceted rounds are only £4.50 a strand. These are 32cm strands. They're just gorgeous. It's a great deal, isn't it? You just can't get. I don't think you'd really want to go any cheaper than that, because you start to question. It's like when you see things on Temu and I morally question, and Shein and things like that. How are they doing that for that much money? And I think if they were coming in much cheaper than that, you'd actually question if they are morally sound, really. One for Shahzain, one for Marzina, good morning. One for Helen Gray, one for Tracy Weaver. So everyone seems to, generally we sell more 2mm microfaceted rather than 3mm. So is there a reason for that, jewelry makers? Is there a reason that you do? Is it easier to use the 2mm? Is there a definite preference? I've got a 22 for Lorraine. Thank you, Lorraine. Enda says hi to Adele. I wish I needed all of these because I'm personally shopping. Well, the thing is with these as well, that these are just they're a staple, aren't they? They're a staple for your make. So it's not as if you're buying something totally quirky. You're buying something that you're going to want again soon. So it's like buying tins of tomatoes. Every time I go to the supermarket, I buy a tin of chopped tomatoes because we're going to use that at some point. So I guess these are your essential range, shall we say. Maybe we should have an essential range. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Right, here we go. 22 for Sheila. Thank you. Then, no, I did find the end then, and then I put it down. Where did it go? Here it is. Won't buy them from Shein. They're off small. Yeah, don't buy from Shein. We don't like Shein and we don't like Temu. And when we were in China, they don't like Temu or Shein either. So that's like jolly good. It's not just us. This is your red garnet microfaceted 2mm rounds, £4.50 a strand. I've only got 4 strands left. So 23 BK, £4.50 for your red garnet. You can see they're actually a lovely colour of red, nicely cut, very uniform. Beautiful 23 BK, but there is only 4 strands of that one left. In your 2mm, we've got the rose quartz. I'll just leave that there and you can bid and we'll catch back up when the lag's gone. In your rose quartz, same again in the rose quartz, nice and uniform cut. Not quite as pink as the 3mm, but still pretty. 24 IV for £4.50. I've got a 23 for Helen Cole. It's very noisy, isn't it? My jumper on there. Let's put that over there. 24 IV, £4.50. Well, unfortunately, a lot of people do, Tinkerbird. One for Lorraine Drever. Yeah, I think it's junk. It is junk. Temu equals junk. 23 is one for Desi. And 23 has sold out. So 24 is your rose quartz, 24 IV. Then, sorry, all my trays have shuffled up, so sorry about the noise. There we go. These are your orange to red agates. Great colour. Look at that. This is a dyed colour. 25 QE for £4.50. Orange, I've put orange red. I couldn't make a decision. £4.50 though. Nice and bright. I watched one of those documentaries on Netflix about how much rubbish we produce, and it's just scary. It was scary. 25 QE, £4.50. There you go. Anyone for these? These are a lovely colour. One for Karen Atkinson. Okay. Oh, where's my code gone? Here it is. I've lost that one. This one is one of my favourites. This is a carnelian. This is natural colour as far as I can see. So I've left it as natural colour. But you can see all the different patterns. Can you see that in there? Just about, I think. All the different patterns. And again, a nice cut going on there. Yeah, I love these. One bunch is slightly darker than the other bunch. And it will be a bit potluck which one you get. But they're really nice, aren't they? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 26 LQ, £4.50 a strand. Got to snap those ones up, guys. Who makes things for Halloween? Do you wear Halloween jewelry for Halloween? One for Shazane. You're going to love this strand. If you're umming and ahhing and you're on the fence, you will love this strand. Tracy Weaver for one. Lorraine Drever for one. Anyone else? I mean, the whole world has gone Halloween mad, hasn't it? So if you go in the supermarket now, it's just full of Halloween accessories. One for Desi. All year round, Karen says she wears Halloween jewelry. It's like Lisa. Lisa wears a little skull that I got her most of the year round. But I mean, homeware is all Halloween mad, isn't it? You could wear these into a pumpkin. You could. They'd look absolutely great. Fabulous, fabulous. Adele, one for you. Anyone else? I've got left eight strands remaining on those. Nice, beautiful, beautifully colourful. Let's pop it down. Hessonite garnets. Now, again, I've got two colourways. They're both Hessonites, though, so I've just bunched them together. So you could get the paler one, you could get the deeper one. You could put a request in on the notes if you have a particular preference, but you can see there is a very big colour difference there. Is there a reason I can only see my comment? No, I don't know, Tinkerbird. I think everyone else can see all the comments. I love skulls and I make Halloween themed jewellery. Does it sell well? Do you sell it up towards Halloween? I've got you for the carnelian. I've got you for the carnelian Shazane. I have 27 VC, £4.50 is your Hessonite garnet. If you wanted a particular version, the pale one or the dark one, then just leave it as a note when you check out. But they're both a nice colour. 27 VC. 2 for Shazane. Anyone else for your Hessonites? Put that one down. Everything's shuffled in my tray. 2 27s for Lorraine. Right, Okay, this is your lemon quartz. 28 HI. 28 HI for your lemon quartz. It's a nice colour, isn't it? Good. 28 HI. I've got a 27 for Hayley Good. So don't worry if there's a lag. I get you in the end. 2 28s for Sheila. £28 HI, £4.50. Then we've got some Tiger's Eye. Oopsie. Tiger's Eye microfaceteds. Echo's back. It's not, is it? Naughty. It's not that. I can't turn that down any lower. I can hear that, but normally nobody says they can hear it, but it won't go any quieter. 29II is your Tiger's Eye, £4.50 a strand. You know what we haven't done for ages? We haven't done a donut live for ages, and we haven't done a handbag live for ages, have we? Is everyone running out of handbags? So we do a little gemstone handbag in multiple materials. We could definitely bring that back. 29II for your Tiger's Eye. Next one. I've only got 2 of this one left. 29 for Karen. Thank you, Karen. 29 for Adele. Where is the end? There it is. That end. This one is, I think it's a serpentine. So I've had to play a bit of Guess the Gemstone because we bought it as a deal and they didn't list them. So serpentine, but it's actually ombre. It's quite clever. Look at that. There's only 2 remaining. 1 for Shazane, so there's only 1 remaining. $30BG is your code. Pretty though, nice colour, aren't they? $30BG, last one, £4.50. Adele has taken that one, thank you. Then I've got a dark green microfaceted, 2mm round. Look at that, beautiful colour. 31EH for £4.50. Love a donut. Everybody loves a donut. Maybe I should get some donuts in. Be a fun. I do love selling donuts. I do. 31EH, £4.50, because we sell them really fast, and I like it when things sell fast. It makes for an entertaining evening. That's your dark green. So I've got a 31 for Adele. And then we've also got it in this paler green, which is another dyed agate. This one is 32EH for £4.50. Can't go wrong with green, can you? Everybody loves green. We've then got moss agate, but I've only got 1 left on the moss agates. I've got 32 for Shazane. So that's your moss agate. Only 1 remaining. 33 UT. Helen would like a 31. I didn't see you. No, Helen. 33 has gone to Adele. Thank you, Adele. It was sold out. Then we've got No, that's not that one. This is Soda Light. Have they? Morrison's have just launched rhubarb and custard donuts. Oh, I'm thinking that's a good idea. Look at that. 34ZD, £4.50 for your Soda Light. Lovely multicoloured Soda Light. 34ZD. One for Shazane. Anyone else for one of those? One for Desi. And then 35. I think I need to get to the UK fast. Cannot get anything like that here. I bet that's what you're looking forward to. And in Scotland, they've got loads of Lidls, haven't they? Got loads of Lidls. And when we were motorhoming in Scotland, they had mini pastries in the Lidls, where you got a sort of pick and mix pack of mini pastries. It was delicious. They don't have those in our Lidl. I've got a 34 for Lorraine. 35 BJ for Lapis. 35 BJ for your Lapis strand. There's a little fly in my tea. Out we go. No, you don't want to be. Oh, no. Oh, don't go in the tea. Just a minute. This tiny little fly. Can you see him? Oh, no. Yes, he can. I've rescued him. Foolish fly. You don't want to drown in a cup of tea. Honestly. Sorry. We can't get moving for Lidl's, Tinkerbird says. Do you have any other supermarket up there? 35. No, no one wants Lapis. Let's move on from that one. 36. How's the fly? I don't think it made it. Oh, no. I'm sorry, fly. It didn't make it. Oh, that's not good. There we go. This is your amethyst. 2mm rounds. 36 CY, £4.50. 36 for your amethyst. Can't go wrong with amethysts either. Me, says Adele. What did you want, Adele? A 35. I've got you. Right, yes, I missed you there, Adele. I've got you now for a Lapis. A 36 for Shazane. Let's pop that code in there. Shazane for one. Anyone else for an amethyst? £4.50. One for Karen Atkinson. Then we've got some quartz, like faceted 2mm. My small town has 4 supermarkets with another on the way. Not all Lidl, surely, Tinkerbird. That is 37 CE, £4.50. We've got here in Redditch 36.2 for Elysian. We've got most of the supermarkets. We've got Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's, Lidl, Aldi. That's all the big supermarkets, I think. So that's all of them. But our Tesco is one of those mega Tesco's. One for Tracy Weaver on the 36s. Then we've got Waitrose in 2 towns close to us, but only little Waitrose. And then we've got Marks and Spencer's food in the garage, because it's the upset of no Marks and Spencer's that everyone gets bothered about. But then the massive Marks and Spencer's is about 15 minutes away. 37 for Shazane. So we've got a really good selection. And Redditch is an awesome place to live, I must say, because it does have so many things. We do have mini co-ops, Desi, but I think they're quite pricey, a co-op. 37 CE for your quartz. I've got Shazane for quartz. And then after the quartz, we have got golden obsidian. On the hank for that one either. Here it is. Golden obsidian. 38 EA for your golden obsidian. I've made a lovely autumnal chip tree using the green opal chunk for the base, peach moonstone and citrine chips from Chalmers Gems. Oh, how lovely, Adele. I love that. You've got a Marks and Spencer's, Tinkerbird, then you shouldn't be moaning. People, very upset in the country where they've taken out. They took out our Marks and Spencer's in town, but they have put in the garage Marks and Spencer's, and it's the food that people want, I think. So they have amazing deals. 3 pizzas and a pint of B&J, I don't know what that is, for £5. Bargain. 2 pizzas and a pint. 38 is your obsidian. And I think that's it, because the other ones aren't there. Oh, no, here it is. That's the other one. I was thinking of moving to Redditch. Solihull at the moment. We have good supermarkets. Oh, hi, Holly. Come to Redditch, Holly. So the good thing about Redditch, so Solihull is about, I don't know, it's probably about 15 miles from Redditch, is it, Holly? It's not far, is it? But the good thing about Redditch is you get a lot of house for your money. So Solihull's quite expensive and Redditch is very, very affordable. It's on all the major motorway networks throughout the Midlands. So you're on the M42, the M40, the M6 and the M5. So you're right in the middle of all the networks. It's really green. It's very safe. There's hardly any trouble. I mean, there was someone murdered the other day, but so it's amazing. It's yeah. And then you 20 minutes from the Cotswolds, half an hour from the city, Worcester or Birmingham. It's a brilliant place to live. Ben and Jerry's, right? I mean, I'm paying attention now, Desi, because I thought you were on alcohol then. So you get 2 pizzas and a Ben and Jerry's, a pint of Ben and Jerry's for £5. That is good value. I might nip and do that for tea. 39, diet starts Monday. 39 WP. I've got one. This is your black spinel for Sharzane. Lovely. Okay, that's all of those. And then I've got some chip strands to run through. And then we've got cabs, if you want cabs. We can do those. Or we are on a request if anyone has requests. You sound like a Redditch advert. Don't mention the murder. No, I know. I'm not from Redditch. I'm originally born in Warwickshire, but brought up in Lincolnshire, and ended up in Redditch because I couldn't afford to live in Birmingham. And it's got a bit of a bad rep because it's an overspill from Birmingham. It's a bit of an industrially place, so there's lots of units and businesses are here. So lots of head offices of companies and it's really, really, really affordable property. So it's got this and it's one of the ring road cities. So my friends joke that once you get in, you can't get out because it all looks the same. But actually, I am an advert for Redditch because as a mother, it's really safe. It's got loads of green space. As a working person, one of the reasons I moved here was because of the network. It's half an hour from the airport, for example, and the motorways, and it's really, really convenient. And but the green space is a big thing to me. Where I was brought up, there was a little park in the middle of the town, but there was no woods, there was nowhere to walk. Whereas here there's just so much green space. And then as a business owner, I know our business, our unit is a bit run down and it's a difficult unit to maintain, but actually there's options for businesses. We're supported by the council, so we've got advisors who'll come and talk to us, and you feel really supported. So I think it's a great place to live. I think it's brilliant. I won't stay here. I don't think. When the children have gone, I'll probably move nearer to the family, but it's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Helen's on it, looking at it. It is cheap. It is cheap to live here, and I don't know why, because there's nothing wrong with it, and it's really and I think safety. You don't walk out. Polly walks up to the train every single day. You don't worry about anything. The kids constantly forget to lock the door. yeah, you don't worry. And that's what you want, isn't it? You just want to feel safe and happy. So 40pf, right, rose quartz chip strands. These, all the chip strands are about 50 centimeters. I've done rose quartz and quartz for this because it's a bit mixed. So you know what I'm like, I have to describe things properly. £4 a strand though. These are incredible value for money. 40pf, rose quartz and quartz on your strand there for your lovely chips. Nice pastel colours. And very, 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 very affordable. 40pf, £4. We've got soda lights next. Soda light, 41fu for £4. 41fu. Again, a 50 centimetre chip strand for £4. Amethyst. Nice colour of amethyst. 42pw, £4. And I tell you what is great about Redditch, which is probably the main sales thing for me as on an everyday, is there's hardly any traffic. Now, not because we have a great reduction in cars, but because of the weird ring road system, you just don't get traffic. Yet the next town up is absolutely chock-a-block in the busy times, and you can't go anywhere. And as soon as you hit the M42, you can't go anywhere. But in Redditch itself, unless there's actually an issue with the road systems, so there's an accident or something, there's hardly any traffic, and it's just nice to be able to get out and drive somewhere. 43XR is your red jasper chips, £4. I have thought about approaching the council to do a social media page for them, because I reckon I could sell Redditch to just about anyone. And especially as a business, we've got all these quirky businesses in Redditch that you just don't know are here, that make all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. So it's the needle capital of the world, Redditch, and we make needles for tattoos and needles for your bead threading and all those sorts of things. So many needles. It's got so many peculiar businesses in it. It would be a fascinating Instagram page. 44XO, £4 for your chips of citrine. They're nice, aren't they? Nice colour of chip for £4. You can't go wrong there. And then you've got red agate chips. And I've put these are dyed, but I think they're actually probably a natural colour of chips. 45QN for £4. You're thinking about it now, aren't you, Tinkerbird? You're thinking, well, is it worth the move? We've only got one Lidl, though, so you might not be happy. 45QN, £4. We've then got, what's the next one? Snowflake obsidian, which I've listed as black obsidian, but it's actually snowflake. Yeah, you've got a citrine Adele there. This is your snowflake obsidian. 46LA for £4. And then we've got 47 is, there's a big hank of this one. Tree agates. It's a nice strand, isn't it? 47ZL for £4. That's your tree agate strand. And the last one is your quartz chips. Quartz chips are 49VO for £4. Nice. 49VO, £4. That's it on the chips and the closeout deals. Let's just put all those out of the way. Now, what did I put on my Labradorite donut? I'll have to just ask Lisa about that one, I think. A 49 for Adele. Yeah, we're not near the sea. That's one thing that we're definitely not. So we're very, very far from the sea. Let me just move that out of the way a second. Right, any more on those? Next, we can do cabs if anyone wants cabs. What would you like to do now? It's your show on a Friday. We can do whatever you like. The only thing I noticed when I came in, I can't drink my tea now because I feel like the fly lost its life. Oh, the fly's actually gone. So maybe it did fly off. Oh, that's made me a bit happier. I'm not very good at killing things. Right, okay. When I walked in, there was some, I wonder if they've got a price. I'll just have a look. I'll ask. I'll do the cabs as well. I'll ask about your donuts. Now, I've spotted these this morning as I walked in, but I don't know how much they are. Does that one of the huge peridos that Prakash had on his lives? Just a minute. Let me try and wake our website up. Okay, because they're awesome. They are. Look at that, juicy. Yeah, they're both really nice. I'll look the price up of those if anyone wants those. 561. And then we'll do cabs. £85 each. They're a 10mm round peridot. Let me just write that now. £561 KW. If anyone wants one of those, £85 each. Right, shall we look at the cabs? Let's do undrilled first. Let's put the camera back. This is direct from the box. Let's see if we can get the light back. I'm knocking the camera over. It's not very straight, is it? Just a second. Right, okay, are you ready? We'll go fast. So you're bidding on the whole card. This is the cab that you will get if you bid this code to get that cab. This is Spectropyrite, and you can see it's a sort of sparkly, tiny pyrites. Let me just bring that out of the way. 1539TZ. We don't do these long numbers anymore. 1536BD for £9.50. So you're bidding on the actual card. 41TA for £14. Please go slower, Karen says. Okay, I'll try and go a bit slower. 41TA, and you get 4 on your card there. 359XK for £8. 351LO for £8. These are fluorite in feldspar. 382PE for £9 for 3 pieces. Another rhodonite, £14, 79 RP. Looks like a tree, that one. Morning, Faye, how are you? 365CO for £7. These are the Cambarba Jasper. I tried to do all the ones with the eyes. Now, I very cleverly blocked myself on my computer with the box. Just a second. Feels like I need longer arms to do this job. Right, let's see if I can. There you go. Right. Lovely. 582 has gone to Shazane. And the last rhodonite card. 79 RP. So that was 582, 79. There you go. Then I'm very well, thank you. Very well. 44 SR. These are your citrine cabs. These are ring size cabs, and you get 3 in a pack. 44 SR. 34 XJ. Then Botswana agates. These are 288 for £14. Let's pull one off. Can't get it off. There we go. Look at that beauty. 288, £14. 2882. Thank you, Shazane. Will do. 18 OR for £8.50 for your rose quartz. 288 has gone to Tinkerbird. $343 JQ for your rose quartz. 352 GT. 2882 for Tinkerbird. $344 XK. 349 UJ for the long pear shape in the rose quartz. Then we've got packs of Cambarba, so you get 5 pieces in your pack there for £9. So this one is 764IH. We've got 759WB. $759. 764 has gone to Marzina. Sorry, Adele, you just missed 764. 759 WB. I don't know if I've just shown you that one. I think so. Then onto the smoky quartz slices. 551 VI. You get 5 pieces of smoky quartz. And again, if you take them off the card, you'll see that you get all the gorgeous patterns within them. Look at that. Beautiful. 759 has gone to Holly. Smoky quartz 546 RK. 544 WR. Just missed on 759, I'm afraid, Karen. This is a dendritic agate 105QO for £7. And a shungite rough top 1777 for £12.50. 1777. That's all of the not drilled options. There's not many left in that tray, is there? Anyone for drill? Let's do these other not drilled while we're at it. Tinkerbird 4544. I can't wait to see what you make with those ones because I think they're gorgeous. We do them in an amethyst and in citrine as well as the little hexagons. These are the stalactite slices, but these are ones that I've paired. Look at these little pairs, aren't they cute? 90A, £36. I just think they're adorable. 90A. 96. This will be size for earrings, 10 to 14 millimeters. 90C, $29.50 for the pair. $90D for the little eyes, £19.50. Gone. This lovely orangey one, 90H for £19.50. $90J for £26.50. I know, they're really lovely, aren't they? £26.50. $90K for £26.50. And the bottom one, $90L for £26.50. Spooky faces and all sorts going on. That's your stalactite slices. And then one of my favorites. These are the Malacola. The awesome Malacola. 90J has gone to Tara Porter. Right, so these are Malacola. So you've got malachite and chrysocolla. 1A, $32.50, 28 by 18 millimeters. 1B, $36.50. One D, not just any Malacola Tinkerbird, but the best Malacola. 1D, $29.50. One F, $36.50. They're so nice though, and the polish is so good. One F. One, oh dear, 1G for $31.50. One I for $47.50. That's 30 by 20 mil. One J for $32.50. And the last one is one L for $49.50. They are lovely, aren't they? Right, does anyone want drilled cabs, or do you not fancy drilled? If anyone wants drilled, let me know. If not, we'll leave those for another day. If anyone's got any requests, then let me know. and we can work on those as well. Anyone, it's over to you, team. Let's see what you think. Let's put that out of the way. I'm missing a cup of tea now. It died. Yes, please, Karen said. To the drilled, Karen. Any crazy lace cabs? Oh, I don't know, actually. Let me ask Lisa. We might have some crazy. Crazy lace cabs. I've only got one. Do you have any more mookaite cabs? Oh, I will find out. Crazy lace cabs. I've got one, but it's not very crazy. That's the reason it's probably still here. It's got a lovely pattern, but it's just not a very crazy pattern. That's it. Oh, where's the camera? That's it there. Let me put it on this camera. That one. Oh, it's cool though, isn't it? I don't think it's... Let me just look up its code. Let's see. 63. £6, that one. If you want that one, its code is 863 for £6. That's its code there, 863. I'll just pop that back. Any mookaite cabs? I don't think I have. I mean, I could have. Is that mookaite? No, that's butterfly. Let me just ask Lisa, she'll know. Any mookaite cabs? Oh, it's chilly. It's chilly. No mookaite cabs, I'm afraid. 3 is yours, Tinkerbird, if you like that one. Okay. I don't know how to work that, so we'll leave that. Yes to drilled. Where's drilled gone? No mookites, but we can get some mookite. Oh, bobbit. We can get some mookites in. Oh no, I've done it twice. Oh dear. This is very organised section. Not so organised now. Drilled. Let's put that there. Are you ready for drilled? Is everybody ready? Okay, 791II, £8.50. These are all top drilled and they have approximately a 0.8 to 1 mil drill hole. That's the wrong way. That's better, isn't it? There you are. 791II. 789JQ. I've got hypersthene. I've got hypersthene, Laura, but it's. Have I not done it yet? I can't actually give it to you because I haven't got the price for it. But you're gonna like it a lot. You're gonna like it. If you direct message in, if you're desperate, I'm sure we'll get it for you. Thank you very much, Lorraine. Have a lovely weekend. This one's upside down, but 79080, £8.50. The drill hole's down there. 783KJ. These are Cambarbas. 788DX. 787ZH. The citrine top drilled. 789's gone to Karen. That's it. So citrine. 127WP in citrine. 145WX. We've got one butterfly jasper in drilled. 627PB. 1450 for 4 pieces. It's about £3.60 each. Leopard skin jasper 144RD for £9.50. Any moonstone, again, that's coming soon, but I don't think I've got any ready. 143EG 627. Here it is, Sheila. Couldn't see for looking. That's yours. I can't remember where I got to now. This one, 143EG. These are called leopard skin jasper. £9.50 for 3 pieces. 146GH. 292XT. 289CR. 288AW. $146 has gone to Karen. Malacola top drilled. 23EB for $22.50. 25QN for $22.50. 18VV for $22.50. This is my favourite one. 20OA for $22.50. Unikites 1309. These ones are £8 for 3 pieces. 1317, £8. 839QOQ for £8. Rhodonites top drilled. 61DD for $14.50. 62AE for $14.50. Fluorite top drilled, 75Z, £25. 78ZI for £25. Then we've got fluorite in feldspar 306 and 3061. I'll show you those two together actually. 306 and 3061. I've got 3062 of your fluorite and feldspar. 3063. You've got your graphical Amazonite, 4 pieces, 1227, 2150. $1225 DT, 2150. Amethyst top drilled, 108ZD. 37GK for 1750. $38PX for 1750. Green aventurine top drilled, 1393 and 1394 for 950 for 4 pieces. 37 has gone to Tara Porter. Nope, changed mind. 38. No problem. Oops. 518TQ. These are your Botswana agate top drilled. 513UW. 23TO. 511WX. Your moss agate, £7.50. That's the last one. Look at that beauty. 2981. And then 2 lots of chrome chalcedony. 58HI and 60PD. There you go. That's all your drills. 291I. 2981. Yes, got that for you. Brilliant. Right, anyone else for anything else? Otherwise, I shall go and get on with my rest of day. And it's already gone, Karen, I'm sorry. And then I might nip to see my mother, which is 3 hours away. But, you know, when you feel like you need to go see your mother, maybe it's one of those days. So anything else for anyone else before I embark on my journeys? Let me know. But I hope you all have a lovely weekend. But you are, of course, going to join me tomorrow at 5 p.m. for a massive jewelry live. So even if you make jewelry and you sell it, I would go for stud earrings or drop earrings with Alex because they're really affordable. You'll be able to turn them out and make some money on them without going to the pain of making them yourself. So definitely join for that. And if there's any other jewelry where you want to add something into one of the collections you've already got or you're already creating and you just want something affordable, then shout out because I'll have a look at all his collection and decide if there's something where you could make some money You did get the Moss Tinkerbird, yes, where you could make some, you can add some margin and make some money and just pad your stock out a bit if that's what you want to do. But totally up to you. Let me know. I'm going to see you there. It starts at 5 p.m. We'll probably go on throughout the night. So time to get all your shopping done and buy yourself some treats. So I'm going to see you. Thank you very much, Tinkerbird. I'm going to see you on Saturday night at 5 p.m. Cheerio, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.